Troyer passing over the wing to Ryan Gerber, back to Troyer, out top. Harrison Central packing it in. I believe it is a 1-3-1. Can't tell right now. 15-foot jump shot by Tyler Renner. It's good. That's 6'6" sophomore connected.
That's where Tyler's got game. He can step out and make that mid-range jumper.
And we're going to get a quick reach-in foul that time, and I believe number 25, Ryan Gerber, is going to pick up his first.
And we were talking about Harrison Central coming out, showing the press all night long.
Harrison Central not looking to take the outside shot, looking to drive, and that one's rejected. Luther gets it back, and it's stripped by John Regula.
Good hands that time by Regula on the inside.
Garaway does a good job of getting down the floor. I'll tell you what, Renner was posted up before the ball even got to half court. He's going to get some easy looks down there if they get to see him.
Zep Troyer will find him as this game goes on. They can only pack it in so long. If Garaway keeps making them outside shots, they're going to have to come out.
Three-point attempt comes right off to Tyler Renner, and he puts it back up, and he's going to be fouled.
Yeah, that time Steve Erickson was just got out of position, committed the foul inside, prevented the easy layup from Renner, but now he goes to the line for a 2.
Coach Mark Maslowski does not like what he sees right off the bat. He's going to call a quick timeout, try to regroup his team as they trail 6-2 in this game. A lot of times a coach may just go home, the winners move on. Pirates pretty decent foul shooting team as Tyler Renner goes to the line. He's a 66% shooter on the season, averaging 19 points a game. 6'6". Somebody told me once you can't teach height.
Very true, Will. Very true.
You either got it or you don't. First one's up and good. Pirates take the lead 7-2. Early in the first quarter here, Division III sectional championship game. Second one's good. 6-point lead for the Pirates. They get in at half court. Looks like it's going to be a trap. Harrison Central wants to keep the ball out of the wings right there. That's where they're going to trap it. That's a good try.
It was an excellent trap that time, although they had 3 men on the ball. You usually see 2 there, but Renner did a good job getting back, almost intercepted the pass.
A lot of times you don't get the steal on the first trap. You may just hurry them up enough to get the steal or a travel call. Just takes the team out of their flow.
I'm going to call a foul on Justin Elmore, using a little bit too much body there.
Maybe a little tighter than it was called last night. We were here for the Newcomerstown game when they played Coshocton. That game was called kind of loose. Huskies inbounds. Three-point attempt, no good, off the mark by Chris Chesla. Rebounded by Elmore. Garaway looking to be pretty patient against this zone. They won't be afraid to take the threes, I know that. Threw that one away. Turnover for the Pirates. Coming all the way is Devin Gates. That's off the mark. Rebound comes off to John Regula.
Regula's having a heck of a ball game here already early.
You're not going to keep a team from shooting, but what you can do is limit them to one try. And that's what the Pirates has been able to do so far. Keep the Huskies off the offensive boards. Reversed around to the corner. John Regula, a little bit off the mark on that one.
It's early.
As you hear one side yelling air ball. Garaway again in their man-to-man defense. Sometimes that's tough to do when they fall back. Three-point attempt, no good. Chased down by Troyer.
And there was a good example by Garaway. Even though they have the height, everybody was checking out that time. The ball had the chance to hit the floor before Zeb Troyer picked it up.
Played a little over half of the first quarter. Garaway leading 8-2. Garaway trying to find the mark against this zone. Little drive down the lane. Justin Elmore off the mark. Renner inside, back up strong, and it's good. And he's going to the line to attempt the three-point play.
The old-fashioned three-pointer, a lost art in basketball. Tyler Renner doing a great job that time, getting the inside position off Elmore's miss, taking it back up strong, getting a foul, and going to the charity stripe.
Renner having a pretty decent first quarter himself. 8 points, a couple rebounds. I think he's 2 for 2 from the line tonight. He's shooting one now. That one's good. 11-2. Huskies looking to find some scoring.
2 substitutions came in for the Pirates there. Garrett Fisher and John Hisrick replacing Troyer and Gerber.
Huskies reversing the ball around. Comes off to Devin Gates, and he hits the little 12-footer. Brings him back within 7, 11-4. Huskies not really showing any kind of full court defense at this point, dropping straight back into their zone.
A lot of that might have to do with they're afraid of Tyler Renner down at the other end all by himself, because he gets the ball down there and he's automatic.
And as we found already, he's even drawing some fouls down there. Shot in the lane, regular, it's off the mark. Rebound, back up, Garrett Fisher with the offensive board. And he's going to the line.
Garrett Fisher just checked into the game. He made his offensive rebounding presence felt.
Well, the Huskies have got to do something to find some rebounding somewhere. Not really boxing out on the boards at this point. Garaway's controlling the boards at both ends. First one up and good. Garrett, a 54% shooter on the season, so.
Got a pretty nice rotation on that.
First one looked pretty good. He'll get a second one. 12-4, 2:46 to go first quarter. Second one up. Real nice rotation on that one. Huskies bringing it down. Steve Erickson, 6'1" senior. He's going to take it right to the basket. Nice lay-in. Erickson, I believe, with his first 2 of the game. 13-6 in favor of the Pirates. Garaway working it around the perimeter. Hisrig over. Cross-court pass to Troyer. That's Gerber. Inside. Nice drop inside to Garrett Fisher. Fisher, a 6'2" senior, doing some damage inside on the boards. 15-6 in favor of the Pirates. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Erickson fakes the drive baseline. Nice pass inside. Willie Luther found an opening inside, came in behind the defense. Makes it 15-8, favor the Pirates.
Now we see that trap and defense half-court style, but they break it.
Yes, nice entry pass from Tyler Renner, though. That's what made that play. I believe Ryan Gerber was able to connect on the layup. 17-8, favor the Pirates. Nice backdoor move. Tell you what, Harrison Central's not a team that's going to roll over and die.
Oh, Coach Bardell had a little talk that time with Renner as he went by. That's twice on the backdoor cut.
Matter of fact, he's going to talk to him a little bit more at this point. He's not liking what he sees at the defensive end. Things going their way on the offensive end. We'll be right back after you watch this on Adelphia Cable TV 2. The Huskies fell behind early. Garaway taking advantage of their height. But I'll tell you what, the last 3 minutes of that quarter, the Huskies really surprisingly got the ball inside and made some things happen.
Yeah, I think, as you said in the opening, I think the Huskies thought they couldn't get the ball inside. And there, towards the end of the first quarter, they showed they can get in there. And Garaway better shut that down. They might have a long night tonight.
Troyer for the Pirates. Trying to find somebody open. Over to out top to Troyer. And the Huskies back in the man-to-man. Watch that ball go down the side, though, because they want it on the side where they can trap.
Yeah, they're trapping all over the court. Troyer might have got away with a travel right there.
Nobody was going to call anything on that one. Kind of caught the officials off guard, I think.
One of them guys on the corner keep their head up. Elmore or Tyler should be open in the middle.
Well, and they're not really looking in there. Just kind of playing with it around the perimeter. Over to Renner. Renner with the baseline drive up. Strong. Puts it in.
That's an excellent offensive series. Took a minute to get that play off. The Harrison Central fans getting a little bit upset, but Garaway did exactly what they want. Take time off the clock and then score.
Garaway now going to their 3-2 defense with Elmore and Renner down low. Probably a little bit to try to stop the inside play of the Huskies. Matching up out of it. Huskies not getting it inside as easy as they were in the first quarter. As you see Willie Luther asking for the lob inside. He gets it and steps on the baseline. Turnover, Harrison Central.
Yeah, it looked like that was there earlier. Willie had Tyler Renner pinned off and nobody found him. That time he found him a little bit too late and he took it too far and stepped on the baseline.
And with Garaway matching up, they really don't have anybody backside to help on the lob. So Harrison Central may want to exploit that a little bit. Pass on the wing. Back out top to Elmore. Over to Ryan Gerber. Out top to Troyer. Garaway going to show some patience right down the lane. A little too strong. Nice move, though, by Renner.
I think he was anticipating a little bit more pressure than what he got on that. Tried to take it up too strong.
A little too excited. He saw that open lane, and then I think he just thought it was going to be right down there and quick. Drive baseline. And I believe they called the travel.
Yeah, when Ed calls the travel, you can't miss that one. Showtime.
The man from Zanesville. A little upset. Said he's going to get home midnight tonight.
Yeah.
They changed the game to accommodate the Garaway girls. And we do understand that the Garaway girls did lose their game tonight. We congratulate them on a fine season, though. Boys going to try to get a win for Garaway here, though. Turnover there, and I think we're going to have a call against Ryan Gerber.
That'll be Ryan's second here in the first half.
And I think that's the first player with 2 fouls, so really no foul trouble at this point. 5:25 to go, second quarter. 19-12, favor of the Pirates. They've really been in control since the outset. Harrison Central still looking to try to break this 3-2 zone. Garaway played man-to-man the whole first quarter. Come out in this zone. Harrison Central having a difficult time. Over to Erickson. Nice little left-handed player. Back to Erickson. Inside to Willie Luther.
Good hustle that time by Derek Miller, who just checked into the game. As you said earlier, in the matchup zone, there's no backside help. That time Derek came out of nowhere and knocked that ball out of bounds.
And if he wouldn't, I think Luther would have had a pretty easy
Another
layup.
easy layup, correct.
So good help that time defensively by Miller. Turnover that time. Garaway coming the other way. Nice lob inside. Renner goes up high for it. Nice lay-in.
That right there looks like that's all they have to do the whole game is just throw the ball up, let Renner go get it, and then take it up over him. Made that look too easy.
Well, what's nice is they get that ball to the high post to Elmore. He looks inside. I'll tell you, those guys feed each other pretty good. Nice 18-foot jump shot by Trent Leister, 6'3" senior. 21-14. 4 minutes and 20 seconds goes second quarter. Really, Garaway's playing a pretty decent game. I mean, they're being patient. They're not really a fast-breaking team, but they get down the floor quick, and if it's there, they take it.
Another backdoor inside look.
And they're going to draw the foul.
Elmore will be going line for 2. It looks like they're going to call it on Luther? Yeah, Willie Luther with his first foul.
Elmore going to the line, 6'3" senior, averages 9 points a game. 58% foul shooter. Room for improvement there. But they're all shooting pretty well tonight.
I'm gonna say the free throws going down for the Pirates tonight.
They haven't missed, have they?
No, 5 of 5. Well, 6 of 6 after that one. Speaking of Justin Elmore, though, he's more known around the Garaway area as a football player, but he's turned into a good power man to complement Tyler Renner on the inside here in basketball.
Coach Bardall's sold those two guys on being best buddies. Elmore gets the ball to high post. Renner looks inside. You know, I mean, they feed each other.
Right.
And the last time you saw Renner get the ball to high post, feed Elmore inside, and he was able to pick up the foul. Harrison Central on the offense. Being patient. Three-point attempt off the mark.
So they're going to call John Hisrick for reaching in, but
I think they missed the one right before that.
I think Elmore got away, which is a good thing for the Pirates. That would have been his second. That's just the first on Hisrick. But Elmore looked like he was all over top of him.
I'm not sure why there's two shots. I think it was a rebound.
Well, there's no way he was going back up with it. They're not in the bonus.
It was a loose ball. And I think that's what the Garaway faithful's trying to say right now. That shot's up and good by Chris Chesla, 6'3" senior. 81% foul shooter on the season.
Not quite sure what that tournament event was all about.
Second one off the mark, rebound by Elmore. Good box out that time. Derek Miller with the ball, and he's going against Steve Erickson. Harrison Central man-to-man, trapping on the first pass to the wing. Quick hands, Garaway gets it back. They hit that high post as good as anybody. A little out of control. I think he stumbled just a hair, lost control.
Yeah, it looked like he might got his feet tangled up with the defender and caused that one extra step. Good move by Elmore, though, on the inside.
I think Harrison Central's got to do something to stop that entry pass to the high post. Garaway's offense so far revolves around that high post, and they've gotten the ball in there every time that somebody's flashed to the post.
And as you said, as long as it's working, Coach Bardell's going to tell them to keep using it. And the turnover.
Cross-court pass. Can't do that.
Good job by Elmore to pour it out that time. Had numbers against him.
Garaway regroups, sets up their offense. Handling that press, that trap on the side pretty good.
Now they're going to get Trent Leister being a little bit too physical. It looked like he was doing that earlier in the game, getting away with it. Ed Williams caught him that time. Which, as you said, that's what they have to do. They have to quit letting that entry there. And that time he tried not let it get in, but got called for personal foul.
Well, you know, Garaway's had a couple drives down the baseline, but I'll tell you what, so far their offense revolves right there at the high post. They get to one of their big guys, he feeds somebody, and just that time there, they missed the three-pointer. Erickson bringing it down to the corner, kicks it back out. Thought about it, Kaufman did. Erickson on the baseline drive, dishes it off. Trent Leister off the mark. Good move that time, good penetration by Erickson. Garaway Pirates, 2:20 left, second quarter, 22-15. Nice drive. That left side opened up. Renner took it down, got the foul. A little disgusted, should have made it probably, but got the contact.
Trent Leister picks up his second quick foul. Between him and Willie Luther, they're the two that the Huskies need on the court the whole night. 2 for Leister and 1 for Luther already here.
First attempt up and good. Renner shooting 66% from the line.
He's 4 of 4 tonight from the line.
He said, I'm going to make that percentage even higher.
And this was a good time of year to start that.
Second one up. And it finally falls through.
Shooter's roll. He deserved it.
Of course, you notice he hit the front of the rim first. You always get that kind bounce.
Yes. Zeb Troyer checks back into the game.
Garaway doing a good job of mixing their defenses. They're in that half-court trap again now. They cross half court. They're going to get the trap, get the steal. Over to Zeb Troyer.
Gonna get
And
the
the
old-fashioned
basket is
three-pointer.
good. You know, sometimes you can live with a defense the whole game and not get as many steals as you do if you just kind of keep switching. They dropped into that 3-2, start the second quarter. It went about 5 minutes. Then all of a sudden they threw that half-court trap on again. And they're now being able to get a couple steals.
Right, you keep that offense off guard so they don't know what defense you're throwing at them.
Right.
Turns it around.
Troyer with an opportunity to get the three-point play, and it's good. 61% shooter on the season, the 5'11 senior. Converts on the three-point play. Biggest lead of the game, 27-15, favor of the Garaway Pirates. Good move that time. Devin Gates inside. Nice left-handed shot by Trent Leister. The 6'3 senior brings the Huskies back within 10 with 1:45 to go. Second quarter, 27-17. Renner thought about it, kicks it back out to Troyer. Renner sets a little bit of a pick. Feed that high post. Drops it inside. Nice drop step. Off the mark by Fisher. Rebounded by the Huskies. Coming back the other way is Devin Gates. He drives into the lane. Good defense that time. John Regula. Erickson thought about it, then he did throw it, and that is going to go off of Luther.
There it was again. That time Zeb Troyer dropping to the inside to help on the back door.
You know, sometimes you tell players, at least it seems this way, if you have to think about a pass, it's already too late.
Exactly.
The first time he saw it, he should have probably dropped it in. Once he didn't, you might as well reverse it because the defense has time to get there and help.
That's a very good call, Willie, and that's exactly the way it is.
Garaway going against his full court press. First time tonight, the Huskies press in full court. Nice lead pass. Troyer was able to catch up to it. Now the Pirates have a minute to go, second quarter, still feeding that high post. Well, you don't see that call very much anymore, but that's
Unless
a turnover.
you have Ed Williams in the game. Ed will call them all tonight. We'll see a little bit of everything out of him.
Justin Elmore, a little bit of a smile. He wasn't sure. He thought he just kind of went across the lane and got out. Pirates again in that trap and defense. They're switching back to man-to-man. It's kind of interesting to watch them as they switch back. Boy, I tell you what, sheer determination. Willie Luther got the first one blocked partially, put the second one back up and in.
Yeah, it looked like Tyler might have got his hand caught on the net on that second one. He might have got a second block in there.
Well, and there was a case where the Huskies, they just don't want to back down from these 6'6", 6'4", 6'3 guys.
Like Garaway maybe is playing for the last shot.
We're
Gotta
down
get
to
a
10
good look.
seconds into Elmore. Elmore puts it up and in. A little bit of tap by Luther. And if you saw that, Luther's arm was actually at about a 45-degree angle. If he was straight up, he probably wouldn't have got the foul called.
And that's the talk Coach Marzalowski's having on the sideline with one of the officials right now, and he's explaining exactly what you said, Willie. Put the hand straight up. He might not got called on that.
And you know what? Credit Justin Elmore for being able to square up and cause the contact. I mean, he went into it.
He used his power on that one. Got some easy two going for the old conventional three. That'd be the third one of the game for the Pirates.
Elmore's free throw up off the mark. And it's run down by Gates. Nice hustle. We got 2 seconds, 1 second. And that's going to be it. We've played 2 quarters, 1 half of this game at this Division III sectional championship game. Really, it's been all Pirates. They're up. And really it is, Scott. The Huskies have got to do something to cut down on their turnovers, number one. And for the folks at home, just kind of observe Garaway's offense. They really utilize their big men at the high post as passers. Their offense revolves around that high post, and they do a good job of that. You get the ball in the middle of the floor, you can see the whole floor.
Especially when you got a 6'6" and a 6'4", as you alluded to earlier in the middle. I mean, they're looking over everybody else, especially right, the high-low combination.
Yep. Going to get a quick turnover right there. So the Huskies really picking up where they left off. Turnover number 1, second half. 9 in the game. Troyer bringing it down for the Pirates.
Seems to be they want to go this 1-4 whenever there's a man-to-man. Harrison Sun's been trapped. There's the open man underneath.
Nice reverse layup. Ryan Gerber. Tell you what made that was they got the ball to the high post again. Everybody's out playing their man, and Gerber just snuck back door, was able to sneak loose, get the pass, lay it in.
Garaway once again went from that 2-3 to almost a man-to-man.
Nice drive that time by Eric. Actually, Trent Leister. Rebound comes off. Gerber bringing it up for the Pirates, looking for somebody to pass. Onto the wing, gets the trap. Trap really is not hurting the Pirates. They're handling it pretty well. Dribbling back out toward half court, making the one pass.
Right, it looks like it's something they obviously anticipated and practiced on, earlier in the week, and it paid dividends so far.
Well, they got to maintain it. Once they put the trap on, they've got to maintain the trap. Keep the pressure on them. That one's going to be a loose ball off of Chris Chesla of the Huskies. Garaway Pirates are going to call quick timeout with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. We've only played a minute and a half. And Coach Bardal, once again, wants to be the teacher at this point and actually prove some points as you look.
They just almost made a turnover. It didn't quite, commit it. But he still wants some kids to know that don't get lackadaisical out there, because anything could still happen in this game.
Oh, yeah. Early in the third quarter, a lot could happen. Out to the top, inside to Elmore. Fakes one way, goes baseline, off the glass. It's good. Justin Elmore, first 2 points of the second half. Puts Garaway Pirates up 33-19. Garaway going man-to-man this time. If you're sitting at home, it's nice sometimes just to kind of watch what defense the teams are in, see why they switch. Last night we had Newcomerstown playing. Newcomerstown was switching. On a made basket, they'd go man-to-man. On a missed basket, they'd go zone. As we got Mr. Williams calling a hold inside on Justin Elmore of the Pirates. Can't have your hand on the player, that's for sure.
I'll tell you, so far, though, that they have been letting them play pretty much, because there is a lot of banging. Both these squads are big inside, powerful. There's Leister.
I'll tell you what made that was the back pick. The back pick was set and freed up the player to come back door, make the shot. 33-21, down 12. And the Huskies get a stop. That's exactly what they need. They need to score at one end and then come up with a steal at the other end. Steve Erickson with the steal, going against Troyer. Passes it over to Luther on the wing to Chesla, back out top. Working the ball around the perimeter. Willie Luther, spin inside, and he's going to draw the foul.
If they call out on Elmore, that'd be his third here early in the third.
And I think they might have said 4-4. So just when you think you got things under control, 3 fouls early in the third quarter. A little bit of a foul trouble.
That'll get Garrett Fisher up and into the game fairly quick.
Willie Luther, 59% from the line on the season. First one's up and good. Makes it 33-22, 11-point game. Willie Luther really doing a good job getting inside, making those spin moves against those taller guys. Second one up, off the mark. Rebound that time by Garrett Fisher. Garaway coming the other way. And it's Gerber going against Gates. Fisher wide open at the foul line. Really looking to pass. He had a nice 15-foot shot. Nice lob inside. Comes off the other side, protects the basketball. Garrett Fisher with the lay-in.
Nice look by Zeb Troy. They were trying to set that back screen earlier to Troyer, but he didn't get it. Went out front, got the ball, still looked for it. Found Garrett Fisher for the easy two.
Little screen on the ball, roll to the basket. Backdoor cut that time. Quick call. Troyer with the reach in, come across the arm.
And the player makes a good pass and goes down to defensive end. That time looked like a good strip from here, but we're a long ways away. But Troyer picks up his first foul tonight.
A lot of those are just, if you think it is, it is.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, I think the other side could be calling air ball now.
We're 1-1 in that contest tonight.
Chesla, I think it was a pass. What do you think?
Sure. I think coach is having a little talk with him about that pass.
He didn't like it.
No.
It's got to hit something if it's a pass. Okay, quick trap. The Huskies are full court press. Troyer bringing across middle. Passes ahead. Fisher back to the middle. Now the Pirates will set their offense. High post. Renner, watch the drive down the left side. Nope. Passes outside. Thought about the three-point play. Post up. Renner inside. Nice little layup. Good rebound that time by Trent Leister. And we're going to have a foul. That one's going to go against Ryan Gerber of the Pirates.
It will be Ryan's third. So Justin Elmore with 3 and Ryan Gerber with 3. 4:10 to go in the third quarter.
You know, 35-22, Scott, 13-point lead for the Pirates. I think Coach Maslowski wants to do more of that, put the pressure on the defense. And at this point, with that timeout, we'll take a break from Dover High School. Garaway leading 35-22. Quick timeout that time. Harrison Central. They will have the ball in the baseline under their own basket. I think Coach Maslowski wants a better shot this time than the air ball from the three-point line. So called a quick timeout. It's that point in the game. It's 4:10 to go third quarter, almost halfway through the third quarter.
Garaway got a little mix-up here, Willie. Sorry to interrupt. They only had 4 players on the court. Of course, they caught it in time, so they get the opportunity to bring the 5th player on, John Regula. Must thought he got taken out of the game. Now they're full court, full strength.
Coach Maslowski for Harrison Central wanted to play against 4. But you know what? The officials do have the right to bring in another guy. You're allowed 5 guys on this game.
Yeah.
Baseline drive. Steve Kaufman back out top to Luther. Back over to Kaufman. He's cut off by Troyer. Erickson up top to Luther. Nice drive down the lane. And we're going to have a foul. And I believe they might be looking at Garrett Fisher, the 6'2 senior that time.
Yeah, it looked like Tyler Renner was sitting there waiting on him to put it up, and that Garrett just grabbed him down low. And they called the foul on Garrett Fisher.
Well, you know what? I think at this point, to get back into this game, you've got to take it right at him. You got to maybe try to create some foul shots. You've got to create, put the pressure on the Garaway Pirates as you see Justin Elmore coming back into the game in place of Fisher. And 3:51 to go. Elmore coming back in. 3 fouls, right, Scott?
That's correct. 3rd foul. I mean, maybe Coach Bardall saw what you saw. They're going to take it straight at him. Elmore's a much bigger body on the inside.
Got to protect against that foul, though. He's got 3. Don't want to pick up that 4th here in the third quarter. Posting up the big boys inside. Renner goes baseline. Nice jump shot. Tough to defend that one when he jumps up over you.
Yeah, Tyler gets the ball that low. Even though he's a left-hander, well, that time it was the opportunity. The glass was not in his way. Easy for Tyler Renner.
17 points in the game. There's a turnover. Gates threw it just as his teammate turned his back and started running the other way. Pirates looking to extend that lead, 37-22, 15-point lead right now. Lob inside to Renner. Yeah, he went up, got the ball. He got fouled.
Yeah, Devin Gates that time. Looked like they weren't going to call the foul until Tyler shuffled his feet, and they either had to call a travel or a foul, and they called a foul, which should have been called the first time.
Ball's going to be out on the baseline. Gates' first foul. Team's first here in the second half.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. And one team foul for Harrison Central, 5 against Garaway Pirates.
Like we said, if Harrison Central can take that ball at them, they'll be in the 1-on-1 and 2 fouls.
Right.
They can start shooting some free throws, maybe try to get back into this game. Garaway working against that man-to-man defense. Can't leave him open. Renner inside to Elmore. Got hacked on the arm and still got the ball up and in.
That's what I was
Justin
talking about,
Elmore.
Justin's strength right there. I mean, he showed, as you said, it appeared as though Scott Erickson had a hold of his left arm, and he just took it up one-handed over everybody else anyway.
And that's just strength. That's
strength.
nothing more than just strength. Being able to get that up off the glass.
And pick your dribble up, which is what Harrison Central was doing earlier in the first half. Garaway, you have not seen them do that tonight. Just well-coached team tonight.
Well, and this happens to be the biggest lead of the game, I believe, for the Pirates. Yes. And the Pirates really not looking to shoot that outside shot. Their game plan is strictly to get it inside. Not that they won't take a 3. They might have taken 2 threes in this game.
Yeah, I think regularly attempted 2 or 3, but all their 3-point plays have come from, the old-fashioned way. Make the layup and go to the line and convert.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't. I mean, it's
right.
there.
That's right.
Go inside, and Harrison Central's been unable to stop them so far. A little inside game themselves. Up and in by Trent Leister. Nice entry pass. So Leister, the 6'3 senior.
Yeah, somehow they got a little bit of a mismatch there. They had Zeb Troyer in there guarding Leister, and Leister will take that all night.
Troyer to Gerber, back out to Troyer, and Erickson's going to pick up the foul. Again, only the second team foul, so long way from the 1-on-1 for the Garaway Pirates. 5 team fouls on the Pirates.
That's Steve Erickson's 3rd. I'll tell you, for Coach Maslowski tonight so far, he's only gone with a 6-man rotation, so he definitely can't afford to have anybody in foul trouble. He's got 1 with 3 and 3 with 2.
And in our pregame courtside chat with Coach Bardal, he thought that was going to be an advantage for the Pirates, is his depth and Harrison Central's lack of depth.
Yeah, Coach Bardal's done a good job tonight substituting in and out.
We got a block on the baseline as John Hisrick tried to go baseline. Steve Kaufman cut him off. Mr. Mel Pasut said, "You are blocking." That's going to be a foul, his first one for Kaufman of Harrison Central. And Elmore, you got a couple defensive looks from Elmore. You got a basket from him. Didn't pick up that 4th foul. Now you get him out with 1:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. As
barely got the ball in to beat the 5 count.
As Fisher comes in for Elmore. High post, Tyler Renner. No place to go. Nice cut, cross.
Nice look.
John Hisrick, the 5'8 junior, makes a nice cut in front of his man and puts it off the glass and in. 41-25, favor of the Pirates. Just about a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Pass off to Luther, back out to Erickson. He's blocked.
Blocked by Renner.
By Renner. And Luther inside, too strong. Rebound up and in. It's good. And he's going to go to the foul line.
Looks like Regula is going to pick up his first foul. No, I'm sorry. That was on number 4, Garrett Fisher. That's his 3rd.
So Fisher picks up his 3rd. Luther picks up his 13th point of the game. And a chance for 14 from the foul line. Willie Luther, 59% on the season.
1 for 4 here tonight.
That's probably why he's 59%. He does not look comfortable at all, but the ball comes back off to him. And he kicks it out the gates, back to Luther, inside. Back out 3-point line, this would be big. And it's off the mark as Renner pulls down the rebound for the Pirates.
As you said earlier on the free throws, Renner's hit the back of the front of the rim. That one by Willie Luther barely hit the front of the rim.
Yeah, he does not look comfortable at all at the foul line. I don't know if it's a lack of playing or what it is. But notice how the Pirates open up the inside. They got 4 guys above the foul line, and they're able to send some cutters down through the middle. As Renard right down the middle of the lane, in and out. Boy, we almost had that marked down and it came back out.
Yeah, that was a rare sight to see Renner miss that close in. And on the other end, Willie Luther loses balance and travels.
One of those spin moves. Referee said nope.
Our own area, Mike Sheehan making that call.
Garaway coming the other way, lane's wide open.
He carried that ball. And there you see Ed with the call. Ed always lets you know what it is. There's no doubt about what that call is with Ed.
Let's just emphasize it a little bit. Just a little bit. 4 seconds to go. Harrison Central's going to have to hurry it up. They get the three-point shot off at the buzzer. No good. So we've got 3 quarters in the book here at Dover, Division III sectional championship game, and it's been all Pirates so far, and they lead 41-26. And we'll be back right after you watch this. Well, Scott, the Pirates are going to get the ball to start the 4th quarter. They lead by 15, 41-26. And really, if you're Garaway, you don't want to change anything. Sometimes you get into these games and you start protecting the lead. You still got to do what you've been doing for 3 quarters.
Right, that's the worst thing anybody can do. And I'm sure Coach Bardall knows that by now, that once you try sitting on that lead, that gives Harrison Central all the momentum in the world. You might as well keep playing your game, which is coming out in the same offense. It's been working, as you said, the high-low. Keep it up.
And you know what? There's really no reason now to even take outside shots. I know they're not going to pass them up if they got them. But, boy, just keep getting it inside and be patient until that inside opens. And get the ball inside to Elmore. He squares up, goes baseline, kisses it off the glass, and it's good.
I'll tell you, that's a good matchup, and it has been all night. Justin Elmore against Willie Luther. That's 2 big men in there fighting for position. They've had a good battle tonight. Justin Elmore getting the better of him so far.
Loose ball. And now we're going to get a travel call.
There's the hustle by Zeb Troyer. He's been doing that all year. The senior leader on the floor for these guys. Because as we said, this is a young team. Elmore and Zeb Troyer been the leaders all year, and Zeb showing the hustle right there.
It's been a story of turnovers. Garaway not having as many as Harrison Central. Bounce pass inside, and just as we say that, there's a loose ball. And we're going to have a jump ball, and it'll be the Huskies. Arrow in favor of them.
There you still see it. You had Elmore, Tyler Renner, and John Regular, all 3 on the floor after that loose ball. They know this game's far from over.
I'll tell you, when you see a 6'6", 6'4", 6'3" guys go diving on the floor, those guys are going to stand there and play if I'm the coach.
Yes, sir. That's what it's all about, it's hustle, and all these kids are showing it here tonight. See Ed Williams cleaning the floor up for us.
I'll tell you what, he does it all, doesn't he?
Ed is the man.
He's asking for extra pay right now. The Mr. Scorer over there, Ron Whetstone, he said, Ron, put me in a little bit extra pay tonight. Harrison Central's got to get something going. 43-26, just under 7 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Nice give and go, Luther, and we got a blocking foul. Probably be before the shot.
And that's going to be on Justin Elmore. That's his 4th. Justin had the position. It looked like he tried to take that one extra step, get a little bit closer. If he'd have held his ground, it would have been a charging on Luther.
That's one of them tough calls, because the offensive player really hadn't squared up to see the defense there. That could go either way. But Elmore, with 6:51 to go in the 4th quarter, will take a seat on the bench. He's got 4 fouls.
See Willie Luther back at the line again, 1 for 5 in the contest.
Just needs to stroke it. It's a little better stroke.
Looks much better.
Good for his 14th point in the game. And really, if you're Coach Maslowski, you really don't have the players that you could go to. I mean, there's nobody you could come off the bench and give him a push at this point. He just doesn't have the kids. Garaway gets the ball down quick.
43, Steve Erickson with a little bit of a rough foul that time on Garrett Fisher. Garrett hopped up quick and go to the line for 2.
Set play that time. make or miss. Garaway was going to run the sideline break, get the ball down and quickly into the lane. As you see, Garrett Fisher waiting on Ed Williams to get the ball.
Second trip of the line tonight. He's 2 for 2 thus far.
And again, only 54% on the year. But I'll tell you what, with a stroke like that, he should be up around 75.
Yeah, it's hard to believe he's a 54% shooter. As you said, I mean, that's perfect rotation, nothing but net.
A little more concentration at tournament time. Players know it's do or die. This is it. That's kind of what the coach wants them to do all season.
Yeah.
45-27. Garaway getting out to that 15, 16-point lead and really just kind of holding it right there. Not letting the Huskies make any kind of move. Inside to Luther, rejected by Renner. And Erickson comes in.
Stepped on the baseline, Mike Sheehan says.
Well, he was there. He had the view. Another turnover against the Huskies as the Pirates, really this press has not bothered them at all.
Oh.
And that time I think Troyer should have pulled up and made the little 8-foot jump shot. Nice move that time by Devin Gates. And a quick tip away. It'll be Garaway basketball. You know, if you're the Huskies, that's what you got to do. You've got to be able to score quick. Get it down, get the easy looks, and then get right into that press. 6 minutes to go. We're going to see the long pass to Troyer. He catches it up off the glass. No good.
I think Zeb's eyes got a little bit too big that time on him.
You know, he did a really good job of catching up to the pass, really.
Right.
And that ball was well out ahead of him. Just couldn't regroup himself. But I'll tell you what, that was a line drive pass. Troyer took off. Credit Mr. Renner for following that ball up. He had to hustle to get down there to get the rebound.
Yeah, you don't see too many 6'6" guys on a fast break after, you know, especially as you said, after Troyer was that far open, which Zeb's a little upset. Nothing hurt.
Tell you, I like that hustle, though. Second one up and good. And that's 2 points that Tyler Renner would have never had. That was just sheer determination. That was hustle. Just follow up the layup. You know, how many times does guys just figure the guy's by himself, he's not going to miss?
Yeah, and just stop at half court and turn around and walk the other way, basically.
Lob inside, catch, and it's up and good. Trent Leister. And Coach Maslowski's going to call full timeout right here. So quick score, timeout, 47-31. You got a 16-point lead. As you look at Coach Scott Bardall telling his troops what to expect from here on out. Harrison Central calling that timeout, trying to get them to set up their defense. You know, really, there's just enough time left for them to be able to get back into this game. But if they don't make a move quick, it's going to be too late.
Yeah, you're talking, you got to run and you got to make a quick run, which is why he just put Augie Antel into the game. It looks like if they don't steal the ball, he's probably going to start committing some fouls and send them to the line. But the way the Pirates are shooting the ball tonight from the line, you know, this game's going to be over. It'd just be a matter of a little bit longer time and more points on the board for the Pirates. Coach Bardell takes up the whole timeout.
See Ed Williams come in there and say, hey, that was the second horn. It's time to go.
Play ball.
5 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Get to the middle. Gerber kicks it out. Good job that time by Hisrick. Dips it into the high post. Fisher, one dribble, passes to the wing inside a nice drop step. Good defensive move, nice pickup that time by Fisher. 6'2" senior, picking up the loose ball and putting it up and in.
Yeah, that time Garrett was right place at the right time as they collapsed on Tyler Renner and knocked the ball away, but Garrett did an excellent job coming up the ball, taking it back up strong for two.
And Harrison Central doesn't have a whole lot of time now. As we see
That's the one thing Coach Fardahl does not want. His clock stops and them going to the line.
John Regula that time get tangled up a little bit with Augie Antol. I believe Augie, he just came into the game first time tonight.
Yeah, first time tonight. He's going to the free throw line already.
And you don't want to know his percentage. Just a tad better than Roger Dominic's, 36%.
I've seen Roger shoot. I didn't think it was that high.
You didn't think it was that high?
No.
I'm sure it wasn't.
Good thing Roger's just here tonight and not paying attention to us.
Garaway touched the ball last. Harrison Central with the ball out of bounds. 49-31, 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Back into the corner. Up to Erickson, backdoor move, nice pass, and we're gonna get the foul. See, that's just basic, fundamental basketball. Fake the pass to the perimeter, defensive man goes for the fake. Willie Luther made the move backdoor, nice entry pass. And if you're Coach Fardahl, you don't really necessarily need the steals. You need to play good, fundamental defense and not go for the fake.
Right, and as you said on that earlier, Tyler Renner was just out there. He was doing a good job. As you said, Harrison Central just ran a good play that time, set it up nice. And Willie Luther made the most of it. Here he is at the line again, where he's 2 of 6 tonight.
16 points in the game. I'll tell you, that's a nice strong move that time. Should have never got the rebound. Trent Leister and Garaway back the other way, and we got a slam dunk. Tyler Renner, two-handed dunk.
You saw Ryan Gerber showing unselfishness right there. He could have took it in for an easy two himself and laid it up. Big man took it in strong for the dunk.
And I think Tyler knew who was beside him and knew what kind of shot was going up. Pass inside, Leister up, he's going to be fouled.
Looks like they're going to get Justin Elmore. That would be his 5th.
That sort of woke up the Garaway faithful that time. Justin Elmore is going to foul out of this game with 4 minutes and 18 seconds to play. And he'll have a seat with 9 points. But that doesn't tell the whole story for Justin. Great job on the boards. Quite a few assists, especially from the high post.
Yeah, as you said, him and Tyler Renner worked that in high-low to perfection tonight. You know, Tyler's, of course, a high scorer with 21, but Elmore's 9. 30 points between the two inside.
First one up and good by Leister. 70% foul shooter on the season.
Trent's first trip to the line tonight.
So you kind of expect him to make these. Second one up, and it's nothing but net. Pirates leading 51-37. 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Garaway really just needs to take care of the basketball right now. And that's going to go off the Husky.
Yeah, Augie Antel looked like that time he didn't even expect that pass to try to be entered in there. He just knocked it out of bounds.
A lot of times when you got the defense looking to trap, they're running, they're kind of out of control, but they're running, they're being quick to the basketball. Garaway may be able to look for some easy layups, some backdoor moves, because the Huskies have got to do some overplaying. And that's going to be a turnover, Pirates. That time you just kind of want to fake that pass and let him go back door.
Yeah, Zev was guarded a little bit too well that time to try to even make that entry. Should have tried the backdoor cut.
51-37. Huskies don't have a whole lot of time to mess around. They got to get it down the floor and they got to get some shots up. Erickson, baseline move, pulls it back out to Leister. Out top to Chelsea. Back to Erickson, baseline drive, and he goes up, no good. Renner doing a good job. Trying to take the charge, and official's gonna stop just to make sure Erickson's okay. He came down kind of awkward. walking it off.
Game since they stopped the play, but so he tried to stay as far away from it as he could.
Renner coming up, help with the inbounds. Pirates are going to see some pressure now. We've got a carry on the basketball. So the Pirates, 2 consecutive turnovers. But time is running out. 3 minutes and 23 seconds to go. And the Pirates are going to call timeout. Talk this over. Garaway calling timeout that time. 2 consecutive turnovers. Coach Bardal giving some instruction. Hey, fellas, let's take care of the basketball. You know, you may have the game won, but you really don't. With 3:23 to go, anything could happen yet. But you were right. They've got to prepare for the next game. And taking care of the basketball is something that they've not been able to do the last couple times. 3-point attempt that time. Off the mark. Rebound by Troyer. Any outlets to Gerber. Gerber to the middle. That was John Regula. Out top, 3-point line. Renner inside. Fisher's going to draw the foul. That time, Willie Luther actually helped Fisher out. Fisher was kind of stumbling. I don't think there's any way he could have got that basketball up there.
No, I think he was in no man's land. Willie might have thought he had the step on him, but as you said, Garrett Fisher that time, he was either falling down or he was going to travel, one or the other. And Luther that time helped him out, sending him the line where he's 4 of 4 on the evening.
I'll tell you what, Fisher's come off the bench and played a pretty decent game. That one's off the mark, his first miss of the night, but he's got 10 points. And Fisher's playing with 4 fouls. Go down the line, Gerber playing with 3 fouls. Troyer with 1. And Tyler Renner playing just about the entire game, yet to pick up a foul. See the steal, the quick hands that time by Troyer. Pulls it back out. Gerber over to Regula. Getting the trap. Garaway can be patient. They can really be as patient as they want to be, as long as Harrison Central lets them pass the ball around the perimeter.
Yeah, they got good enough guards out there, and if they do get in trouble, just throw the ball up in the middle and let Tyler go get it.
You know, this Harrison Central, they're letting the clock run down. Steal that time by Erickson. He goes to the right hand, misses the layup. Another steal. Troyer having trouble with the ball. And Harrison Central still coming up empty. 2-point blank looks. And we've got the reach behind by Erickson, the 6'1 senior that time.
And I'm sure Coach Maslowski wanted a foul, but he didn't want Steve Erickson to make it. That's going to be his 5th. The senior will have to sit the rest of the game on the bench. 2 points on the evening. Getting a good standing ovation from his fans.
Not his typical game. Steve Erickson, 6'1 senior, coming into this game averaging 11 points, 6 rebounds, and just subpar performance for him.
He did have a few looks tonight from beyond the arc, but Garaway's defense, they knew, as you say, they knew he could score. They were getting pressure on him every time he touched the ball, so tough night for the young man.
What kind of pressure has been on Ryan Gerber? Gerber's played quite a bit tonight. And Gerber's only a 5'10 freshman. Coming into the game averaging 7 points a game.
I think that's what a lot of people keep failing to remember. As we said, you know, we talk about the sophomores, but here you have a freshman who's out there along with Zeb Troyer running the show.
Just going to make them better for the future.
Exactly.
But we're here and now and doing a good job with the ball. Ooh. Harrison Central getting it inside to Willie Luther, and the basket's good. Luther brings it back to 52-39. Time running out though, minute 30 to go. 4th quarter, Garaway with a commanding 52-39 lead. As you see Fisher with the ball at the foul line. And they're going to the floor to get it. Arrow pointing toward the Pirates, so they will retain the possession.
A couple new faces checking in for Harrison Central. 55,
Yeah.
Dave Dunlap, and 44, Mike
Hawthorne. Hawthorne a senior, Dunlap a senior, chance to get to play in the tournament game. Minute 20 to go, 52-39. Pirates in control. And you got to credit Coach Bardall and the coaching staff over there. His assistants, Greg Lauer, Dave Shutt, Glenn Lorenz, and Brian Gibson, with the game plan that they had, sticking to it, being able to execute it, and it's going to get them one more game down the road.
I'll tell you, the turnovers are starting to add up now. That's 11 for Garaway, which compared to 13 for Harrison Central, but coming into this quarter, they were only riding 6.
Yeah, Coach Bardall can't be happy with the turnovers here late in the fourth quarter. As you see the turnover that time, Gerber picks the ball up.
Good job by Regular coming back. Gerber needed help.
Renner inside to Fisher, tipped away by Dunlap. Dunlap touched it last. It'll be the Pirate basketball under their own basket. And we'll have some wholesale subs now, as we see Tommy Maloney, Jake Shook, Ari Yoder, and we've got one more to announce.
Nathan Miller, I believe it is.
Nathan
32.
Miller. Garaway inbounds it. Overplay by Leicester, nice steal. Well,
Mike's getting an earful over it right now, but even though the game's out of hand, the referees still have to call the game. He heard a little bit about that call.
oh boy. It's hard not to call something when you see it, you know? And a good official really, at times, doesn't even know what's on the clock. Pirates hand it off to Tyler Renner. 13, 12 seconds, 10 seconds to go. And the Pirates will win a sectional championship and a chance to move on. Final score here, 52-39 in favor of the Garaway Pirates. And they earn a chance to move on to play the winner of Bel Air and Shenandoah, and that game will be Tuesday, March 6th. The Division III districts will be down at Steubenville, St. John's Arena, and that'll be the second game, and that'll follow the Newcomerstown game at 7 p.m. that night, and they'll play either Fort Fry or River. So again, we will come back, look at the final stats in this game. The Garaway Pirates victorious over the Harrison Central Huskies by a score of 52-39. And we'll be right back after you watch this.